LG32GR93U. LG's 32-inch beast brings 4,000 pixels and a 1 millisecond response time, which means you shoot, it registers, and your enemies disappear faster than my willpower near a donut shop. The colors are so bright and natural, but the built-in speakers are as absent as a boss in a gaming session, so grab some headphones unless you like gaming in silence. Motion handling is top-notch for its price, but limited HDR means Batman won't get any darker, so it's not exactly perfection on a stick, but close. 8 out of 10. Acer Nitro XV275K. Acer's Nitro XV275K looks crisp and packs a punch with a blazing 1,000 nits of HDR brilliance, 160 Hz refresh rate, and a color palette that would make a paint store jealous. But the real plot twist is the blooming and visual artifacts that pop up like party crashers, ruining those dark scenes and leaving you clutching your wallet a little tighter. Controls could be better, and for the price, you're paying for brightness, not perfection. This is pretty, but it can be pretty annoying too. 6 out of 10. LG 45GX950AB. Strap in for the LG 45GX950AB. It's a 45-inch curved OLED monster that can swap instantly between 5000 by 2000 resolution at 165 Hz and 2000 by 1080 at a ludicrous 330 Hz. Colors jump off this panel and the immersive curve hooks you in like a plot twist, but unless your desk is as big as your ambition, prepare to rearrange your whole setup and avoid daylight, because HDR brightness won't scare it away. It's gorgeous, responsive, and versatile as a Swiss Army knife, so if you have the cash and space, this one's a showstopper. 9 out of 10. KTC G27P6S. This screen is like an espresso shot for your eyeballs. Unbelievably quick, vivid, and smooth, as if your favorite shooter got a graphics upgrade overnight. The high refresh rate means motion blur and ghosting are so last year, but the speakers try hard and just end up sounding like tin cans at a LAN party. Still, with OLED wizardry, a slick slim profile, and burn-in coverage to keep you sane, it's a serious contender for a budget beast gamer setup. 8 out of 10. Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27U CDM. This monitor is so fancy it feels like it should come with a tuxedo. Razor-sharp 4000 resolution, OLED colors so rich you'll want to eat them, and a refresh rate that cries out for speedrunning glory. Connectivity options and intuitive controls make everything look effortless, but the price tag might just make your wallet file an HR complaint. If you want bragging rights and a desk jewel that can actually keep up, this is the king for FPS diehards. No notes. 9 out of 10. ViewSonic XG2722K OLED. ViewSonic sneaks in late to the OLED party, but turns up with a punch. Crazy bright HDR, near perfect black levels, and a refresh rate ready to melt your reflexes. Sure, it's not the best in class, and pro color geeks might call the vibrance too extra, but the gaming performance is so crisp and quick, it's like playing in ultra mode with cheat codes. For high-stakes shooter action on a normal person budget, this is the secret weapon that nobody saw coming. 8 out of 10. LG 27GX790AB. This thing slaps down a blistering 480 Hz refresh rate so fast, you might start blaming your monitor for losing in shooters, and its colors pop like punchy bubblegum thanks to OLED and deep blacks. But if you were hoping to blind yourself with brightness, look elsewhere. Its 250 nit max is about as bright as a moody Wednesday, and there's no built-in speaker to catch your teammates' chaos either. The stand is sturdy, motion clarity is jaw-dropping, and glare is handled almost as well as your trash talk, but creative pros may wish the color gamut reached Samsung heights. 8 out of 10. LG 27GP950. With 1 millisecond response time and a refresh rate rocketing up to 160 Hz, this monitor is basically a legal wall hack for fast twitch shooters, and the 4,000 pixel wide canvas lets every frag look cinematic, especially paired with vivid color. HDMI 2.1 support means you can plug in your next-gen console and PC for top-notch frames, but issues like occasional black screens and not perfect local dimming mean sometimes the magic fizzles. Still, it's hard not to love a monitor that turns even average gameplay into a visual masterpiece. Just don't expect it to rotate or level up your kill-death ratio by itself. 7 out of 10. Acer Predator X32X3. This beefy 32-inch giant throws out 4000 resolution at 240 Hz. And if you flick the magic switch, you get 480 Hz at full high def. Yes, you can literally see your panic reloading in real time. The OLED panel pops colors brighter than your in-game neon skins, and its input lag is so low it feels like cheating. But prepare your wallet for a monster munch and your space for a chonky stand. With every spec imaginable, USB-C 90-watt power, G-Sync and FreeSync, built-in speakers, sniper modes, it basically asks, bro, do you even need matchmaking anymore? 9 out of 10. Samsung Odyssey OLED G8 G85SD. Samsung's Odyssey OLED G8 looks so sharp it could slice clean through a pixel war, and colors hit your eyeballs with the grace of a pro paintball gun. It doubles as a smart TV, so when your gaming skills turn to dust, you can rage quit and binge Netflix without changing seats. Unfortunately, the setup feels like solving a Rubik's Cube, and the text clarity will make you wish you never opened that spreadsheet. 8 out of 10. Gigabyte Aorus FO32U2P. This 32-inch beast serves up crispy 4,000 pixel gaming with colors that pop louder than a surprise party, and the refresh rate is so fast it's probably breaking local traffic laws. The port selection is wild enough to run a small spaceship, daisy chaining monitors is finally less painful, and it even offers burn-in care if you are the I game 12 hours a day type. Only drawback? Flicker in dark scenes, so maybe don't live in a cave. 9 out of 10. Samsung Odyssey OLED G6 G60SD. The Odyssey OLED G6 hits 360 Hz on a 27-inch QD OLED panel, meaning your frag count might finally outpace your snack break time. Colors and blacks knock out even the fanciest LCDs, and the HDR is actually useful for once, but the control joystick is oddly placed, and small text might get slightly fuzzy, so don't fire up Excel between matches. A speed demon for FPS addicts, just shy of perfect. 8 out of 10. Dell Alienware AW3423DW. This curved QD OLED is basically the gaming deity your desk never knew it needed, serving up a 240 Hz magic carpet ride with colors so rich that your eyeballs might start charging rent. Dolby Vision support means your games pop like your grandma's neon wallpaper, but there's a sneaky little fan whirring inside. Thankfully, it whispers quieter than your matchmaking queue. At this price, static image burn-in might haunt your dreams, but that 3-year warranty is ready to be your Ghostbuster. 9 out of 10. Sony InZone M9 II. Sony's M9 II looks slicker than your game lobby after patch day, and its 160 Hz refresh feels like buttered lightning, even if it's not quite elite for sweaty PC tournaments. Sure, you're missing those OLED black hole levels of contrast, but with punchy colors and absolutely zero input lag, this monitor turns your everyday grind into a highlight reel. Sadly, the speakers sound like Sony forgot gamers have ears, so grab those headphones before your soundtrack sounds like potato chips in a tin can. 7 out of 10. Asus ROG Strix XG27ACS. This little 27-inch beast outperforms its price tag, firing off those frames at a 180 Hz gallop with motion so clear you'll wonder if you blinked too slow. Color accuracy slaps, and the flexible stand lets you aim it anywhere. Though if you crave deep blacks or high-flying HDR, you might be left dreaming in grayscale. It punches way above its budget class, but anyone chasing world records should have their finger on the upgrade button. 8 out of 10. Asus ROG Strix OLED XG27ACDNG. Blink and you'll miss your enemies, because with a 360 Hz refresh rate and hypnotic colors, this monitor makes high frame rate gaming look like a cheat code in human form. It has all the ports, a futuristic design, and so many settings, you might accidentally order pizza from the OSD menu by mistake, but be warned, the black levels in bright rooms turn a little purple. Spooky. It's as close to perfect as a gamer could want, unless you plan to play in direct sunlight or just really love watching purple shadows. 9 out of 10. Alienware AW3423DW. Alienware's 34-inch ultra-wide is basically a luxury spaceship dashboard. Those deep blacks and juicy colors set the gaming mood so hard you'll forget sunlight exists. The motion clarity is so smooth, you're not just gaming, you're gliding, although the super wide aspect ratio means console players need not apply, and it can be a pricey burn-in risk if your desktop isn't dynamic enough. If you prize immersive PC gaming and vivid OLED magic, it's out of this world, but for anything else, just call Houston. 8 out of 10. BenQ Mobius X321UX. BenQ's 32-inch beast brings mini LED tech in swinging, with 1,000 nits of brightness and HDR so punchy, it would KO a power outage. The refresh rate is fast, but not crazy. Colors are honest, ports galore, and the remote control lets you rule your setup like a very lazy emperor. But for the price, you may wonder if buying a 4,900 graphics card might be more fun. It's feature-packed and blazing bright, but still can't outshine a great OLED at the same price. So it shines, but doesn't rain. 7 out of 10. Dell Alienware AW3423DW. This 27-inch legend rockets into your battle station with a 4,000 pixel high refresh rate that feels like a cheat code and blacks so deep even your gaming shame disappears into them. Dodging burn-in and glare is the new minigame, but for buttery motion and crisp explosions, it eats most of the competition for breakfast. Alienware's flashy style and Dolby audio port almost make up for its price tag. Just don't shine a lamp on it unless you are speedrunning disappointment. 9 out of 10. AOC Agon Pro AG76QZD2. The AOC Agon Pro AG276QZD2 is the budget-friendly OLED monitor that sneaks onto your desk, delighting you with punchy colors, dreamlike blacks, and a refresh rate that makes headshots feel like destiny. It's so affordable for an OLED, you'll think someone added a zero to the price by accident. But beware, HDR and color range are meh, and the stand is so sturdy it doubles as a test for your table's structural integrity. Feels like a steal, but you might want to check your brightness before bragging at LAN parties. 7 out of 10. MSI MPG 321UX. Jump into the 1600 pixel playground and get hugged by a screen bigger and curvier than most gamer personalities, with OLED speed and input lag so low it's practically foresight. This beauty is crammed with nerdy features like KVM switch and AI vision, which is really code for messing with the brightness. But you'll need to run a couple of updates before it stops acting like your needy gaming buddy. Vibrant colors, smooth motion, and glorious sharpness make it the favorite child at family fragfests. 9 out of 10. Philips Evnia 34M2C6500. This ultra-wide beauty throws colors on your desk like a confetti cannon, and with its juicy quantum dot OLED panel, you are practically gaming inside a pop art exhibit. Sure, the stand wobbles more than a nervous gamer at a LAN party, and connection options are slimmed down like last week's leftovers, but the ambiglow lighting is a legit party trick that syncs with your screen for extra wow. If you want top-notch visuals without your wallet crying, this Evnia is a delicious treat. Just try not to poke it mid-match. 8 out of 10. Gigabyte M27Q. This monitor absolutely eats fast-paced gaming for breakfast with its tasty 170Hz refresh rate and blink and you miss it input lag, while the colors stay punchy enough for a neon rave. The reds may be a tad shy, and ghosting can sneak in like a ninja when you flip on aim stabilizer, but with the built-in KVM switch, you can run 2 devices with 1 click, so your multitasking dreams live on. For value hunters who want snappy performance without spending luxury loot, this Gigabyte is your next speedrun sidekick. 7 out of 10. Gigabyte FO27Q3. Say hello to the show-off star, flaunting its 360Hz refresh rate and quantum dot OLED shine. Gameplay is so buttery smooth you might slip off your chair mid-fight. The connectivity buffet has HDMI 2.1, DisplayPort, and even USB-C, while the KVM switch means switching gears is easier than dodging rockets in your favorite shooter. Just beware. The price tag will slap your savings harder than getting no-scoped. If your hardware can keep up, this monitor is the I win button for FPS fanatics. Absolutely outrageous. 9 out of 10. Corsair Xeneon Flex 45 QHD 240. This monster bends farther than my attempts at yoga, giving you both flat and curved styles for gaming drama. Just do not expect it to fix your posture. The colors are richer than your average influencer, and with a 240Hz refresh rate, motion is so smooth it could moonlight as a jazz saxophonist, but the bending mechanism is clunkier than a robot trying to moonwalk, and the HDR is kind of confused at parties. If you have deep pockets and want a statement piece that doubles as conversation starter and elite gaming beast, this is your flamboyant best friend, or overpriced frenemy. 8 out of 10. LG 34GS95QEB. LG's ultra-curved ultra-wide looks like it is auditioning for a spaceship's cockpit, with colors and contrast so deep you might lose your character in the shadows. 240Hz refresh rate and lightning response make it feel like your headshot ratio just went up, but dark scenes can get flickery and console gamers get those classic black bars. It is premium, responsive, and smooth enough to make other monitors weep quietly into their bezels, while users argue about the aggressive curve. 9 out of 10. Innoken 32Q1U OLED. The Innoken 32Q1U dazzles with true blacks and colors that pop like confetti at a birthday, but it is only 60 Hz, so competitive gaming can feel like a nap in slow motion. It is calibrated for artists who care more about pixel perfection than frag count, and its connectivity options win bonus points, even if variable refresh rate is nowhere to be found. Unless you competed on dial-up and loved waiting, save this for design or chill gaming, and leave the FPS battles for something speedier. 5 out of 10. Philips Evnia 49M2C8900. Stretch out, FPS fans. The Philips Evnia 49M2C8900 blasts you with a massive 49-inch OLED curved display that wraps around your senses and has no business fitting on any normal desk. Motion is buttery smooth with a refresh rate perfect for twitchy shooters, but good luck holding back the giggles when your killstreak stats are bigger than your rent, and the colors make real life look boring in comparison. It's a jaw-dropper for visuals and pure fun, but if you care about desk space or pixel density at actual viewing range, this monitor is basically a flex on everyone short of pro gamers. 8 out of 10.